Fuse!
Once again, fans, the Commodores would like to thank Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine and Erie Insurance for their support this season. And if you're looking to cool off, stop by the concession stand. Food, beverages, and a cold ale, Laker Lager or Vic Ultra from John Russell Brewing Company. If everybody has 21 and over, there's an ultra soccer shootout going on over there. If you win, top two people will play against each other at halftime. And the winners get tickets to LA with the Dallas game. So if you guys want to come join and do that real quick, we'll be over there for another half hour, okay? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Saxon Stadium on the campus of Division I Mercyhurst University for tonight's NPSL match featuring Rochester FC and your Erie Commodores. And now for this evening's starting lineup. First floor visiting Rochester. In goal, number 1, Sam Auditory. The defenders, number 2, Zach Dreyer. Number 3, Kyle Pollard. Number 4, AJ Zarcone. Number 5, Cody Zarcone. The midfielders, number 6, Nick Schreiner. Number 10, Jameson Rayleigh. Number 14, Tyler Moran. The forwards, number 11, Chloe Mata. number 12, Mike Tanzerite, and number 19, Erie Commodores. And now the starting lineup for your Erie Commodores. In goal, number 12, Harry O'Brien. The defenders, number 4, Esteban Moreira. Number 5, Ben Buckley. Number 13, Alfie Tucker. Number 16, Luis Kraft. The midfielders, number 8, Charlie Peterson. Number 15, Harry Lee. Number 21, Frank Lubbock. The forwards, number 7, Kane Worcester. And number 27, Lucas Benmagian. Fans at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Once again, fans, this evening's match benefits Emma's Footprint, health, hope, and healing after pregnancy and infant loss. To donate or for more information, stop by the merchandise tent at the entrance to the stadium. You can also purchase all your Commodores gear at the merchandise tent. And stop by the concession stand for food, beverages, and beer from John Russell Brewing Company.
And we welcome you to Saxon Stadium on the campus of Mercyhurst on a hot, muggy, sultry night, as Howard Cosell would say. Here from southeast Erie, there is a slight breeze, but not much of it. The only thing that can be said positively for this warm weather is at least it wasn't played yesterday. It was much hotter yesterday and the day before, but it's still probably in the 80s and humid, so cramping and team depth could be a factor. The Commodores coming in this match in pretty good shape for the playoffs, but a win here would go a long way. This is huge. Rochester comes in at 6-0-1. They lead the Great Lakes Conference. Erie is currently in third place, though there's a difference in how many matches have been played. So that's a little deceiving, but a win here tonight for Erie against first place Rochester would keep them in contention for winning the division and go a long way towards securing one of the 4 playoff spots. Once we get underway, we will run through the starting lineups. The Commodores sticking with the purple uniforms. I like it, just like Dan Devine at Notre Dame. Wear the green. If you win, keep wearing it. They wore those to benefit Alzheimer's in the previous home game on Saturday, and they won that match and 3-1. And here they're sporting tonight Emma's Footprints. So go onto their website if you would like to donate. But they're sticking with the purple, and Rochester huddling up. They'll be in white with green pants. The refs very sharp with that light blue and the black for the refs. The refs wore yellow and black, which just makes you think of the Steelers. So, just about ready to go here from Mercyhurst. Again, there's no wind here. So we didn't see any subbing until the second half, but both teams subbed liberally, and you wonder if it might have been a little different if Erie hadn't been up 3-0. They were in command of that game. Ellie Sidibe is back for Rochester. He did not dress in their 6-0 victory the other day. He is second in this Great Lakes Conference Great Lakes Division in terms of goals with 6, so that's a huge boost to get him back and to have gotten an emphatic victory without him. Pretty good crowd on hand tonight despite the extremely warm weather. It's not just if this is a one-off today, it's fine, but been hit with brutally hot, humid weather really since Saturday. By my recollection, there were 4 players that had cramping issues. There's a hockey rink next door. You wonder if maybe they'll just go lay on the ice at halftime for 10 minutes. That's Moran 14. We'll play it back. We're a little late getting underway now. We're underway here from Saxon Stadium at Mercyhurst. Glad you could join us on a rare midweek, a Wednesday game here at Mercyhurst University. And I have a hunch the folks at Mercyhurst didn't know we had a game today based on the condition of the press box, but some ingenuity from our video team and from Jay, and we've got power up here at the press box at Saxon Stadium. One of the things you should always have in your car is an extension cord and a AAA membership. So the free kick comes from down there, and it is O'Brien back in net. Run through the starting lineup. So actually we'll start with, well, we'll wait till this goes by. It'll be a throw. Sam Auditory is in net for Rochester. The defenders are number 2, Zach Dreyer, number 3, Kyle Pollard, number 4, AJ Zarcone, number 5, Cody Zarcoti. The midfielders, 6, Nick Swanger, 10, Jamison Raley, 14, Tyler Moran. The forwards are 11, Glody Mata, 12, Mike Ketanzerite. Wanted to get that one right. It's not that hard to pronounce. I just missed it earlier. And I mentioned 19, Eli Sidibe. He's the one to really keep an eye on. It is Harry O'Brien back in net for Erie, number 12. He's got that bright orange goalkeeper's kit on. The defenders, familiar starting lineup by this point for the Commodores: 4, Esteban Marira, 5, Ben Buckley, Alfie Tucker, 13, another defender, 16, Luis Trapp. The midfielders for Erie, 21, Frank Lovett, 8, Charlie Peterson. He had an outstanding goal in that win, a beautiful diving header, the prettiest goal that I've seen this year for either team. Outstanding, and it was a beautiful entry as well. That was the Commodores' second goal of the match. And the only one allowed, incidentally, came on a questionable penalty kick call, and that was in extra time, so it was never in doubt in that 3-1 win for Erie. The forwards, Lucas Badmagian, who is one of their outstanding forwards and goal scorers. This one played up. Erie's got to get a clear here, and they do not. It was deflected, and it'll go back to O'Brien. Worsner, the other starter at forward, for Erie, at forward. Worsner and Lovett, who is a midfielder leading the way for this Commodores squad with 3 goals each. Buckley has 2. Oh, a nice slide tackle there. And the Erie bench very much upset with that call. They're up early. Just underway, 4th minute, no score. Glad you could join us here, and I hope you're watching this match in an air-conditioned environment. Oh, and a late whistle there on a free kick. No argument this time from the Erie bench. Again, if you're just joining us, Commodores in the purple jerseys today. They're benefiting Emma's Footprints today, so go online. Emma's Footprints, their motto, help, hope, and healing after pregnancy and infant lost. Rayleigh with the free kick, beautiful ball, and it got through, and that's always dangerous. I couldn't tell if that was deflected or not. Either way, O'Brien is able to get it, and anytime the ball goes through that wall, your heart goes up into your throat. And so far here, through the first nearly 5 minutes, Rochester has controlled the field position. That was the big thing really in the last two Commodore home matches anyway, has been their ability to control the field position and just simply not allow very many scoring opportunities for the opposition. Boy, that was a nice ball into the middle, but a little bit too far. That was Swanger, but it's kept down this way. Tanzare with the cross, and it ricochets away, but another pretty good opportunity here in the early going for Rochester. And it'll be a throw for Erie. It's actually, from a temperature standpoint, I mentioned it cooled off a little bit. It was in the high 80s and insanely humid the last few days. That cross knocked out, and I think we're going to have a corner up, although an Erie player is down. Now it's going to be a goal kick. This does not look good. He appears to be in some pain down there. Not sure if he landed awkwardly or maybe got kicked. But as I was saying, from a temperature standpoint, it's cooler. At least up here in the press box, it feels warmer than it did on Saturday because there is absolutely no breeze. We had a nice wind on Saturday evening. I'm not sure how much the players felt that, so they may feel cooler. And this one, boy, that's the closest I've ever gotten to a foul soccer ball. That one went all the way up through the last row of the stands, and I think it went out of the stadium. I don't know that I've ever seen one booted that far to the left. So they're going to have to get somebody to go outside and get that thing. Another chance perhaps here for Rochester. But Erie able to thwart it as Bedmagian had it. Now they play it back. But, boy, very aggressive defensively, and O'Brien has to one-time it out of there. Ninth minute, no scores. You can see on your screen. Oh, beautiful move. Another beautiful move. Finally, it's kicked away. That was a 1-on-3 situation. This Rochester program is impressive. So it was passed along. 14 of the 18 are either players or alums from this impressive academy that they have. Of course, they have that spectacular soccer stadium, various different levels up there in Rochester. Mentioned Auditory, the keeper. He goes to Wesleyan, so in addition to being the keeper of the first place team, he must be fairly bright. That's a very good school. And the University of Rochester does have a great program, or at least they did for many years. Can't speak to now, but this is a cornucopia of players from throughout the area. They got a couple up in Buffalo that play at Canisius, DePaul, which is in Chicago and used to be a great basketball program. Bucknell. First good chance, little bicycle kick, but it's immediately cleared out. That was really the first scoring opportunity of note for Erie. Oh, all kinds of contact there, and he does get the whistle. And an argument will ensue.
Once again, fans, the Commodores would like to thank Erie Insurance, Lecom, Northwest Savings Bank, Presque Isle Downs and Casino, Curtsy Food Service, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Visit Erie, U-Pick 6, and John Russell Brewing Company for their support throughout the 2025 season.
That might have been a mishit on that punt. It may have been as well, as Rayleigh's long shot goes wide to the right. And we have a goal kick. But again, tremendous pressure from Rochester so far in this game. Boy, Dreyer could go further up. That ball looked like it went out about 5 yards further up, but he throws it in from where he was. That was a nice move by Bedmagian, but they couldn't keep it going. Swanger plays it over to the far side. They got room over there. So as I understand it, as it was explained to me, 4 teams from the Great Lakes Conference will make the postseason. And I mentioned at the outset, Rochester right now is in first. They had Erie listed in third, even though in point total they're fourth, but Ohio has played one more game. But Erie can really control their own destiny. Throw for Erie, far side. Peterson gets a leg on it, but it's wide right. He's saying it was deflected, and it was. We'll have a corner, first corner of the night for Erie. Worsner will take it. Again, no wind whatsoever. Goes through, an errant to the left, and we're going to get another corner. So hard to tell from up here, or even if you're nearby, when you get those scrums, who hit it last. Lee will take this one. Oh, beautiful diving attempt, but just couldn't get the angle on it toward the net, and it'll be a goal kick. Beautiful ball up ahead to Worsner. Commodores wanted a foul there, so did Worsner. He ends up with a corner out of it, though. So the third corner here for Erie in the last, minute and a half, 2 minutes of game time. And they have done a good job here evening out the first few minutes. It was all Rochester in terms of field position. Headed, and from this angle, I thought that one might be going in. In reality, it was not that close, but it was a good header. Commodores looking to keep the pressure on. Unable to do it. Boy, Buckley had a man perhaps ready to make a run for a cross, but I don't think he saw him down there. Tucker will throw it in. 20th minute. No score here. Glad you could join us on a hot, muggy, sweltery evening from Southeast Erie, Mercyhurst University. And it is such a pretty campus. Nice give and go on the header, it was knocked away. But if you ever get a chance, if you're in Erie and you just have some time, come up here and just walk around. Not a big campus. It's not like we're talking about Ohio State, but great gardening. And I think they got a fountain down there and just a really scenic campus despite being in the heart of a suburban area. And actually I get a chance to check out all of them. Gannon, very nice in downtown Erie. Penn State Barron, beautiful campus, not more than 10 minutes from here. They've become a D3 power in soccer with Dan Paratano for many years, and he recently retired. Boy, that's a beautiful ball, and now a race to it. But Magian, can he get there in time? He cannot, but that was a nice ball. And Erie, as I mentioned, quite a bit more pep in their step here of late. I believe Chris Ralph is the new coach. He's now, this is his second year at Barron. And he was a one-time Commodore goalkeeper. Oh, yeah, all kinds of contact. They play on. Worcester may have got away with one there. The last game was not particularly chippy. There were some cards issued toward the end. The opponent's bench was not happy. Now a chance, Worcester, one-on-one. Beautiful move. He gets tripped up in the box. This is going to be a PK. Erie's going to have a PK coming up. Oh, it was a brilliant move. Not an intentional trip, but a trip. And a golden opportunity here for the Commodores to go up 1-0. Ben Buckley will take it. Buckley, 2 goals on the year. Number 3 could put Erie in front at around the midway point of the first half. And he got it. Boy, it was close. The keeper guessed right, but he couldn't get there. And Buckley gives Erie a 1-0 lead.
Erie Commodores goal scored by number 5, Ben Buckley. Once again, fans, tonight's game benefits Cameron's Footprint to help hope and healing after pregnancy and infant loss. To learn more or to donate, stop by the merchandise tent at the stadium entrance. And while you're down there, stop by the concession stand. Food, drink, cool down with a nice cold beer from John Russell Brewing Company.
So Buckley on the PK gives Erie a 1-0 lead. And what a turnaround from early. Again, when Rochester was really controlling things. Buckley now ties Worcester and Lovett with the team lead in 3 goals. And again, Auditory guessed correctly there, but he found the back left corner. That was not an easy location, but quickly back the other way. Oh, what a nice defensive play by Moreira to knock it out, keep it in, and then get it to one of his own men, Worcester. How about that? And all kinds of room on the near side. Badmagian has Lovett, and now Lovett's going to try to get a cross off. Or not. This is the problem I have in football. I always say 2nd and 3, and then they look and it's actually 2nd and 2. I should just wait and let what happens happen. Tucker plays it back. Room on the far side, and they will explore the space. As Christopher Walken said in one of the legendary SNL skits, that was the cowbell skit. I mean, explore the space. And this one knocked out, and it'll be a throw for Rochester. RNYFC, officially Rochester, New York FC, making the relatively short and easy trip down I-90. And they're going to get a foul over there, so free kick for Erie near midfield. This was right around the time on Saturday they gave him a water break. I haven't seen any issues so far, which is good. And again, it is cooler than it was on Saturday, probably by 8-10 degrees. Boy, nice ball up ahead. This could be trouble. This could be a lot of trouble, but luckily for the Commodores, that was just a beautiful pass, but nobody else was down there. And O'Brien was able to grab it. 26th minute, 1-0 Erie on Buckley's PK. I believe it was Lovett who had the brilliant move. I couldn't see totally. I think it was 21. 27, thank you. Oh, just 7. Oh, okay, it was Worstner. So I wasn't even close. Thank you. If Jay, the producer up here, helped me out. So it was Worstner that had the great move in the box and was tripped up. And then Buckley put it away. Nice header to stop a run out for Erie. This is already the penultimate home game for the Commodores. Just one more left against Cleveland on July 5th. And look forward to that because you'll hear all kinds of fireworks being shot off from the various homes in the area. Cleveland, or Rochester rather, was looking ahead to the next game is against Cleveland. A little bit disjointed at the moment from a spacing issue. And I just couldn't get it quite down in that corner. Trying to get it to Katsanda. He is an outstanding goal scorer for this team as well. Worstner at the top, left-footed. Oh, it went off the crossbar. What a beautiful ball. Another couple of inches, that would have found the back of the net. Very nearly 2-0 Erie. Boy, just incredible speed. You can see why Sidibe is one of the best goal scorers in this league, and that one is out. I mean, he looks like Reggie Bush out there. I mean, the USC Reggie Bush, I should say. I mean, that he's just put the ball down there, and he'll run under it. And it results in a corner, and it totally flips the field. Chipped up, too far. Goal kick. Nice job by Peterson to head it forward. With the box out and then the header, it doesn't get much better than that. And they're going to give him a water break here. 30th minute, 1-0 Erie. You don't stop.
Don't forget to join us on Saturday, July 5th, when the Commodores take on Cleveland FC at 6 p.m. That's right here at Mercyhurst. That game will benefit the Robert Irvine Foundation. And that is the final regular season home game of the year for the Commodores, Saturday, July 5th at 6 o'clock. And once again, the Commodores would like to thank Erie Insurance, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, Northwest Savings Bank, Presque Isle Downington Casino, Hershey Food Service, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Visit Erie, U-Pick 6, and John Russell Brewing Company for their support throughout the season. And don't forget, fans, at the start of halftime, you're going to want to watch this. The Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout Finals will take place. The winner will get a free trip to Los Angeles to compete in the national finals with World Cup tickets on the line. You're not going to want to miss that at the start of halftime. Tonight's match benefits Emmons Footprint. In 2024 alone, Emmons Footprint served 381 families and spent $262,956 on mission expenses. If you'd like to donate or learn more, stop by the merchandise tent.
Water break is over, and the wasp is dead that had been plaguing us up here in the press box throughout the first 30 minutes. 1-0 Erie here in the 33rd, nearly the 34th minute. Erie and Rochester, first place Rochester against third place Erie. Key game in terms of the postseason. Been a while since Erie had a postseason game. It'd be nice to get back, and they're in good shape now. But a long way to go, both in this game and in this regular season. Played middle, and O'Brien will corral it. Or if he could just hold it for the last 15 minutes or so of the half. High hop. Boy, when I was in high school, there's a stadium here, which we brought up earlier, ironically, Vets Stadium. And it was the last year, my freshman year, they had the old AstroTurf carpet, and in a Prep McDowell playoff game, D10 title game, I believe it was, the ball bounced in and it hit that carpet, which was basically felt on concrete, and bounced right over the keeper's head and into the net. I won't say which team won. Little ricochet back to O'Brien. The only place you see that old carpet now is field hockey uses it, and I've always wondered if it was so dangerous for football and soccer players, why is it okay for field hockey players to use it? Free kick coming up. And you see it in training facilities, batting cages and things like that, but you will not see a football or soccer game played on it, hopefully ever again. In fact, Erie briefly had an indoor football team that played at the Civic Center, and they bought the old turf from Vanderbilt Field that they had used in the 90s. You can imagine what kind of shape that was in. Nice ball inside, and a nice job by Auditory to come out of there showing his aggression. And now a nice rollout, and we'll see. They're going to go right up again to Sidibe. This time he doesn't get a chance at a run out. The one good thing about that stadium having that turf at that time, I'm talking when I was a kid, there weren't a lot of places in the state that had it, so Erie got a number of District 10 football or PIAA football playoff games. Nice ball. Boy, I'm not sure that O'Brien saw it. He put his hand up to the sun, so that was maybe lucky for Erie that that one went out as he was looking into the sun there. But you had a number of state semifinal games, what was then known as the Western Final, played at that stadium. In 2000, Prep beat Woodland Hills and went on to win the state title. In football, I believe Vincent played in a Western Final there. But I digress. 1-0 Erie. We are in the 37th minute in this big late season match between Rochester and Erie. And at the start of halftime, you're going to want to stay with us. Boy, great moves and room on the near side. They can't get there. That was well done by Rayleigh, and Rayleigh goes down. We're going to get an immediate yellow on Lovett. And he's not trying to kick him there, but they weren't trying to trip him in the box either. That resulted in Erie's goal. So, free kick coming up for Rochester here, 38th minute. Cross, loose. O'Brien's able to get it. Boy, that was a nice cross and a nice effort by Sidibe. But nothing doing. And then he finally runs up to the keeper, O'Brien. Boy, another opportunity here. This is starting to look like Rochester from the first couple of minutes. Long ball from the top, and it goes through. I couldn't tell if that went through the uprights or not, but either way, it'll be a goal kick. Erie's got to get this field flipped again. We're in the 40th minute. As I was starting to say, stay with us for the start of halftime. They're doing the finals of the Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout. The winner of this is going to get a free trip to Los Angeles. a trip to Los Angeles, and that's the finals for the finals of this event, and the winner of that is going to get World Cup tickets. Of course, the next World Cup is going to be mostly in the United States, some games in Mexico and Canada as well. I was disappointed. The closest venue to Erie is Toronto. That I thought for sure that with the popularity of the crew that Ohio State would have put in to host at Ohio Stadium, they would have had to figure out the field width. There's no way they could fit a proper soccer field there, but they could have built a platform or something, gotten around that. But I thought for sure that there'd be a venue in Ohio. This one up again. Sidibe, beautiful move into the box. This guy's something else. There's the shot, and diving to his right is O'Brien, and he's protecting that ball. Worcester, nice move, shot, diving right, keeper's out, but there was nobody there for the rebound. Boy, oh boy, great opportunity, a great shot, and the goal was open, but it was cleared away. There was nobody there for the rebound for Erie. And that was their first scoring opportunity really since the PK went in, that Buckley drilled through. That's the only score of this match, and it was a good call. It was an obvious trip in the box. There was no argument from the Rochester side. O'Brien, nice aggression coming out. And a good thing he did, because that would have been Sidibe probably putting it in the back of the net. 43rd minute. We're going to get probably 3-4 minutes of extra time because they had that water break. We will let you know. Played back, booted away by O'Brien. And, oh, they're going to get a foul on the body there. I was waiting for a whistle, perhaps. That's Kasandi. At this point, if you're Erie, you just want to hold on and get that 1-0 lead into the air-conditioned locker room. It was chipped to the near side. Nobody was home. Boy, that was odd. And now, chance perhaps for Erie. All kinds of room along the near side, and a beautiful ball to go to the other side of the field to Kasande. That was well done by 13 Tucker. Shot deflected and kept in. I guess it was. Wow, great job by Auditory. I thought at least Erie would get a corner out of that, but they did not. And now another chance perhaps for Erie on the near side. Love it. Love it. Just takes it. Takes it. Fires. Diving stop. Rebound wasn't there. Oh, he missed the rebound, did Worstner. Oh, and it would have been there. 45th minute. So Erie with a couple of chances to make it a 2-0 game. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. But boy, was that a great chance. And it was a great shot, but a better save by Auditory. That was a missile. So they're going to give him 3 minutes of extra time.
Extra time, 3 minutes.
Boy, beautiful move. Can Erie get it going in the other direction? That was Charlie Peterson, the local product out of McDowell. Boy, nice job. Kasande came out of nowhere. That's on his teammates. They got to yell out, man on there. And now room again for Lovett on the near side. Now Peterson with room in the middle. We're a minute into the 3-minute batch of extra time. Earmuffs. Boy, nice job over there on the far side. Throw coming up for Erie. About a minute 40. So we're past the midway point of the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, intercepted. Well done on the near side. Tucker has had a great match so far. So we're now at, we got about 30 seconds left of extra time. And one of my favorite lines, barring any unforeseen circumstances, it's going to be 1-0 Erie at the break. Well, this could be an unforeseen circumstance. Oh, well done. Taken away. Contact. And it's going to be a throw for Erie. Well done, and that's going to do it. Halftime here at Mercyhurst. 1-0 Commodores in a well-played first half. And you're going to want to watch this. The Mick Ultra Soccer Shootout is coming up here momentarily.
Stay with us, and coming up, we have the final of the Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout. The winner will get a trip to Los Angeles for a Galaxy game to play in the Mick Ultra Soccer Shootout National Final with World Cup tickets on the line. The contestants for the Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout Final, Megan Bittner and Dave Moyaka. Once again, fans, a trip to Los Angeles is on the line. Looks like Megan's going to go first. You want to be the one that goes with her to LA. Cheer her on. Let's hear it for Megan. Let's hear it for Dave Oyaka.
It's Moyak.
Sorry, Moyak. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Beckman has won! Megan will be heading to Lava Land for the national finals of the Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout, where she could win tickets to the upcoming World Cup. Let's hear it for both Megan and Dave. And a thank you to Michelob Ultra. And fans, you can purchase Michelob Ultra along with other beers from John Russell Brewing Company and other food and drink over at the concession stand. The Commodores would like to thank their season sponsors, Erie Insurance, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, Northwest Savings Bank, Presque Isle Benefit Casino, Curtsy Food Service, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Visit Erie, UPIC 6, and John Russell Brewing Company. And once again, fans, the season's match benefits Evers Footprint, health, hope, and healing after pregnancy and infant loss. To donate or to learn more, stop by the merchandise tent at the entrance to the stadium.
Back here after halftime at Mercyhurst University. It's 1-0 Commodores in the purple tonight. Rochester in the white and green, obviously, process of elimination. It was Ben Buckley with the penalty kick goal. That's the only goal of this first half. In terms of field position, Rochester controlled it for a while in the outset, then Erie really dominated, then Rochester, and then it was kind of back and forth through the final 5 minutes or so of the half, and maybe a chance for Erie here. There's just nobody around there to help, unfortunately, for the Commodores. Same 11. At least that's what I was told, and I believe it to be true looking out there for both these squads. We will see substitutions, I can assure you, with this warm, humid weather that has befallen much of the country. Boy, Katsande was there and just could not get a foot on it. You're just joining us, mentioned at the outset, Rochester in first place of the Great Lakes Conference. 6-0-1, 18 points. They're plus 12. Erie was listed in third, even though they were fourth in points. 4 wins, 2 losses, no ties. Ohio, Flower City, incidentally, is second at 5-1-1. This Rochester team beat Flower City 6-0. They did have a man advantage, but Sidibe didn't play in that game. But so Flower City 5-1-1 there at 16 points. Erie with 12 points at 4-2, and FC Ohio 4-2-1. Erie still has to go up there and play. They play at Malone University in Canton, right near the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So right now, in terms of points, Erie is fourth, but they're listed in third, and if they can just keep taking care of business, they will be playing in the postseason. And you'd love to see them get a home match here. I don't know if since the move to Mercyhurst a couple years ago, if they've had a playoff game here. They had some at Gannon back when they played down there, and boy, all kinds of contact as Trapp ended up on top of a player, and I think he might be getting some discipline here. Not sure why Trapp felt the need to cover that guy up, but he was not carded. And a free kick here for Rochester. Boy, that one right on. That's the third time tonight there has been a shot on the ground that just happened to go right at the keeper, O'Brien. That was Mata. But Erie's got to get this field flipped and this ball cleared. A little bit of contact, certainly not enough for a whistle in the box, and it is cleared for the moment. 5 minutes into the second half. Still 1-0 Erie. Oh, all kinds of contact there. Now, that was embellished, but it was a foul. And some frustration there on the part of Erie. Well, already a physical tone being sent here, more so than we saw at all in the first half, and 2 instances here in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. This could be trouble. Boy, that was really well done. I think everyone thought that they were going to go back to the keeper, and that's going to be a foul and a free kick as Trapp went down. Sidibe is just so fast. You just can't give him any room. That was well defended by the Commodores. Here's Kasande, cross, and rebound off the side post. That's the second time Erie has drawn iron. They had one off the crossbar in the first half, and that one hit off the left upright. I don't even know if they call it an upright in soccer. They probably don't. It's probably just the post. Anyway, boy, that was a great chance and a great pass. I think it was a pass by Kasande, but could not get it in, and it's still 1-0. Erie has had a number of chances to increase this lead. And, I mean, Werstner was clearly getting in his way there, so play on. Pollard will throw it in. Top shot. Boy, that one goes, boy, what a beautiful strike. So now each team has had one go off the crossbar at that end. And that's going to be a free kick from outside of the box and a yellow. So this is problematic now. And that's his second. So he's done. Same guy. And Erie's going to be down. That's just critical. Erie's going to be down a man. I mean, I don't think he was trying to trip him there. So in the 55th minute, Erie's going to have to go the rest of the way down a man. And for the second straight game, Rochester will be up a man, at least for now. You never know what could happen. But that is a killer. And that's Lovett, who's tied for the team lead in goals. And he's not able to stay on the sideline either. So the Commodores now, boy, not converting on a couple of those chances earlier really may come back to haunt them, as they're going to have to go the rest of the way with 10. That one, ooh, right into the wall. Somebody for the Commodores. That's Moreira. I think he took that right in the stomach, or maybe below there. Either way, it's unpleasant. One more unpleasant than the other, but he's still down. You could hear him groan from up here in the press box. but he did stop it from going in. No, I think that hit him right in the stomach. I mean, you keep your fists up near your chest so that you don't commit a handball, and so everything below there is kind of unprotected. He appears to be all right. Cross headed out. Well done. That one was actually kept in. And O'Brien smothers it. O'Brien punted that thing about 70 yards in the air. It's going to be a free kick down there for Rochester. 1-0 Erie, but Commodores are now down a man after Lovett got his second yellow of the match. He's the only one for Erie that's gotten a yellow, and he had 2. Commodores, I believe, had just 2 issued on the year up to this point. Mata over to the far side, all kinds of room. Cross. Header goes wide. That was a great opportunity, but Pollard did not get a great angle on it.
Once again, fans, the Commodores would like to thank all of their sponsors, including Erie Insurance, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, and John Russell Brewing Company.
'59th minute. And I guess that one went out over on the far side. It's going to be a throw. Dreyer will take it. That sun has gone behind the clouds, so you see the whole field covered in cloud cover. And so it's a little bit cooler now, but still no breeze. Still tough day to be out there playing soccer. Cross headed out. That was dangerous. But again, Rochester with intense pressure. Erie not able to get anything going the other way. This could be trouble, but it's ricocheted away. Keeper O'Brien dove left, but the ball was stopped. Erie lucky that it was a Commodore that was nearby to clear it because the keeper was out. This one headed away. And the Commodores really needing to get something going in the other direction. Down a man. But if Rochester is able to keep this pressure up, it's just a matter of time before they're able to get one through. DeJuan Barthley will be the first sub of the evening for either side. He will come in for Erie here at some point. He's down checking in. And this is going to be a free kick. And are we going to get a yellow here? This is Trapp who gets a yellow. And very similar to the play that resulted in Lovett getting his second yellow. Not sure what the delay is here in turning them loose. And yes, it is one of the more delayed substitutions you will ever see. Harry Lee will be the one subbing out. Hey, far side, Mike Fenner from WJET is here covering the game. Always great to see Mike. Buoyed by Tennessee's resurgence in football. Obviously didn't end well for them last year in Columbus, but this one headed out again. Erie dodges another bullet. That was a great play. I think that was Peterson. He had a great header goal in the last game and may have saved one here with his head. But despite that setback at the Horseshoe, the Vols, and that was the eventual national champion, the Vols are in great shape going forward with the former Oklahoma quarterback, Josh Heupel, at the helm. Back here, it is 1-0 Erie, 63rd minute, but they're down a man, and they have not been able to get the ball out of their own area yet, although as I say that, they do, at least for now. Played middle, but nobody was home. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or a mishit, but it'll be a throw for Rochester. Once again, Rochester controlling things. We're in the 64th minute. And again, Erie playing with 10 men. And we're going to get a very late whistle on that foul. So free kick for Erie. And I just heard Eden Burke, 7, who's on the bench for Rochester, saying, wait a minute, he was 7 seconds in, and now the keeper, O'Brien, is down. Hopefully that's a cramp. And there is discontentment from the Rochester side. They're going to use this opportunity for the water break a little bit earlier than last, so hopefully O'Brien's okay. Tidaldi was playing keeper earlier this year. We'll see if O'Brien's able to stay in.
Once again, fans, tonight's game benefits Evans Footwear. In 2024, Evans Footwear served 381 families and spent $262,956 on mission expenses. To learn more or to donate, stop by the merchandise tent at the entrance to the stadium. And again, fans, we hope you join us for the final regular season home match. That will be Saturday, July 5th, when the Commodores host Cleveland FC That game will benefit the Robert Irvine Foundation. That will be right here, July 5th, Saturday at 6 o'clock.
So O'Brien seems to be in one piece. I think the discontent from the Rochester side was, well, why aren't they subbing out? Why did you use that chance? They didn't turn him loose there. Why are they using that as the water break? But there was certainly some frustration. That looked like it was his right leg, too, that they were working on. Appears to be fine. Boy, nice job by Peterson. Played at Gannon, and again, I mentioned from McDowell. See if the Commodores can get something going. Worsner trying to track that one down. He is able to keep it in, and then he's not able to keep it in. But he was for a moment. And that wasn't going anywhere because there was nobody else down there for Erie. '68th minute, still 1-0 Erie. Each team has put one off the post here in the second half. Erie's put 2 off the post total. But other than that one opportunity that went off the left upright, if you will, it's been all Rochester with the scoring opportunities since we came out of the break and since Erie lost Lovett to his second yellow. But so far, Erie's holding on here. 69th minute. And that's going to be a foul on Worsner as he just grabbed the jersey from behind. That's going to be a yellow and a clear one. But he meant to do that. He was trying to slow him down. That was right in front of me. Cody Sarkody will take the free kick. Again, our final regular season home match, July 5th. So we hope you can join us. Make it part of your holiday weekend. That's a 6 o'clock start right here at Mercyhurst. If you can't make it, we'll have the stream for you. Swanger cross. Boy, it gets through. Oh, beautiful play and knocked away. A little bit hasty there to clear that, though. There was room to be had. And Erie continuing to dance through the raindrops here, clinging to that 1-0 lead. We're in the 71st minute. And a foul free kick. I mean, I am clearly not a soccer expert if you've listened to any of these games over the years. But I don't know that, and I know they're down 10 men, but I don't know that it's going to be sustainable to just be playing back on your heels like this if you're Erie for the rest of the match and try to sneak through with a 1-0 win. We'll see. It's possible. And O'Brien's been excellent since we've started seeing him in goal, but just get the sense that eventually if this game keeps up like this, that Rochester's going to be able to get one through. We'll see if this goal kick, or this free kick rather, can turn the tables. Peterson wanted a foul, didn't get it. Boy, all kinds of contact down there, and it's going to go the other way. Chance perhaps for Erie. Can somebody get down in time to make it across? Worcester is now down there. Oh, knocked out and kept in. What a great defensive play. Now 1-on-3, and that's going to be a trip and a free. That's unfortunate because it was 1-on-4. The odds of him getting through there were not good. This is going to be another yellow on Erie. There was no need for that trip because I don't think Kula would have gotten through. But instead, it's a free kick, and it allows everyone from Rochester to gather back down. So the yellow's really piling up now for Erie. I mentioned Lovett already with 2, so he's gone. Oh, misplay there. That's a break for Erie as McCullough just had it go right under his foot. And it'll be a throw for the Commodores. Tucker is down there. It looks like we're going to get another substitution. And Owen Peterson getting ready to check in. So Owen Peterson, local product, gets a nice hand as he comes in, and Trapp comes out. He was moving very gingerly, so that's good coaching. They must have seen that he had turned an ankle or something, so he comes out, and now Owen Peterson in with fresh legs. 75th minute. Still 1-0 Commodores. So my producer, Jay, informs me that Owen goes, I mentioned earlier, great Division III program to Penn State Barron, about 10 minutes from here. I actually went there. They probably don't like me admitting that on the air. But great institution. They have a great soccer facility there. And Charlie, we're trying to figure out, because he had the COVID year and then he missed last season with injury. Don't know if he is going to return to Gannon or not. They've done a phenomenal job as well in the Division II ranks. What great battle for this ball going on. And Erie's able to win it and get it down the field. Now can Worstner get there in front of Sarkoti? He can, but nobody was back. Again, if you're wondering why, when Erie has had a few runs, it's because they're playing obviously very defensively oriented here with the lead and down a man. So when they do get a run, they really haven't had anybody down there to cross it to. Look out. And, all kinds of contact. No whistle. Now we finally get a late whistle. And, yes, I think that's the right call. Sidibe ran right into the keeper. O'Brien is down again for the second time. And he appears to be injured. He just went to his teammate to ask him to help him up, and he didn't realize that he had walked away, so the ref helps him up. He appears to be okay. And I'm biased, but I think that was the right call. I mean, he ran right into the keeper, and they're going to get another water break.
Once again, fans, the Commodores would like to thank Erie Insurance, Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, Northwest Savings Bank, Crystal Towns and Casino, Curtsy Food Service, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Visit Erie, You Pick Six, and John Russell Brewing Company for their support throughout the evening. And once again, fans, you can support Emma's Footprints by going down to the merchandise tent at the entrance to the stadium or by going online to donate.
So, water break is over. We're now into the 79th, almost the 80th minute. It is still 1-0. Still a man advantage, and we're going to get a foul and finally a free kick. So finally a chance for some of these Commodore players to get down there and to maybe get a second goal. We're going to have a whole bunch of stoppage time when this thing's done. We've had some injuries, some subs. We've had 2 water breaks. No major injuries, luckily. And I don't know that maybe O'Brien cramped up once, but other than that, I mean, obviously these guys are in tremendous shape, but with the humidity. Worstner will take it. Boy, this would be huge if Erie could cash in on their second goal. Beautiful ball, but it was too beautiful. It was right at Auditory, who came out, and the Wesleyan keeper made the stop. But right back down the field is Rochester. Middle, stopped. Worstner's got to be careful. I believe he already has a yellow. And this one popcorns away. And that is going to be what? Goal kick. Great job. And you can tell both of these teams, just from their body language, are spent right now. We've got 9 odd minutes of regulation left. And now O'Brien will boot it away again. He had a punt earlier, I'm not kidding, that went over 70 yards in the air. It'd probably be a record if it was the football team here. Nice play. This one's going to be kept in. Yes, it will. Down the side. Chance for Erie. It's Moreira. Moreira with an angle. Moreira shoots. Oh, a diving stop by Auditory to his right. Moreira just couldn't get enough gas on that ball, but a great effort and great hustle. And he is also spent, you can tell, running back down the field. But, boy, another great chance for Erie to have made it 2-0. And now this is not good as Charlie Peterson gets hit right in the shin. Hopefully that caught his shin guard. He's in pain. Now we've got all kinds of fisticuffs. Peterson, meanwhile, is down. There's a fight going on. Nobody's tending to him. The trainer is out as tension's starting to boil over. Erie, we'll see what cards are issued here, but there's a number of Erie players out there. They're already down one player that have one yellow. Now we're getting more. They got to get these guys separated. Peterson, meanwhile, is still down. Now he's sitting up. And it looks like Burke is definitely going to be one of the guys that gets yellowed because I heard the ref say 7 right here. He is still hot. The keeper Auditory is all the way out. They're giving Peterson, and I should say that's Charlie Peterson, some water. He's up and looks like he's okay. That was the biggest skirmish we've seen this year. There was a slight one in that game against Ohio, but it didn't go far. And as far as I saw, I think Burke was the only one that got carded, and he might have gotten carded for something he said after that initial dust-up. It's going to be a free kick for Erie, I think, here in the 84th minute. Well, this has certainly been the most entertaining game of the year, and why not? It's huge in terms of the standings, and Erie with a win would not be in first, but it would go a long way to helping them toward the playoffs and to potentially down the line winning the division. That's a long ways off. Joe Balls will check in here momentarily for Rochester. So we're in the 86th minute, but don't go anywhere. We may end up with like 8-10 minutes of extra time. And O'Brien smothers it again. 87th minute, Commodores still a long ways from victory, but it's still 1-0. Goes all the way back to Ben Buckley's penalty kick goal back in the first half. I guess penalty kick goal is redundant. This one played back, and O'Brien will wait. And that was a nice job, too. Got to give credit to the aforementioned Buckley to box out his man and allow for O'Brien to have enough time so he didn't have to come out and he could get it and punt it away. And another moonshot by O'Brien, but unfortunately he didn't get the big hop he was probably looking for. That one kept in, ricocheted out. It'll be a throw for Rochester. And yeah, he should have been way further back. So Balls throws it in. He still wasn't far back enough, but I guess because he threw it backwards, it was allowed. Well, I guess the refs, when you've got both sides upset, they always say that with home plate umpires. If you've got both teams mad, you're doing something right. And I'll be honest, I think they've done a fine job tonight. I haven't seen any issues. 88th minute, still 1-0 Erie. Sidibe, nowhere to go. That was well defended. They try a little switch, but it didn't work. Balls. And that's going to be a goal kick. Great job to box out down there. How about that? Worsner checks out. We're going to check on 31. But Worsner did yeoman's work today. He was outstanding. And that one's going to stay in. And, boy, that's a great break for Erie as it goes all the way down there. And it's going to be a goal kick. But that one does get the field down there. We're in the 90th minute. We'll let you know how much extra time. Either way, one of these teams is going to be upset with how much they put on there. And they haven't even announced it yet, and the Rochester coaches are unhappy. Just heard your 3 minutes. No, it's not going to be 3 minutes. One of the Erie coaches was begging. 3 minutes? No, it's going to be more than that. Can the Commodores hold on here? Oh, that clear. Bad break there. And another bad break. They couldn't get the clear. This one on right at O'Brien. And another one that was like it was magnetically attracted to him, and he dives forward and smothers it. Minutes. It's going to be 5 minutes. And yes, as I thought, the Rochester coaches are extremely upset.
5 minutes, extra time, 5 minutes.
So 5 minutes of extra time here. Can the Commodores hold on? And another nice ball down the side. Still on. Hansel with a nice job, but they were unable to clear it. Hansel, who came in earlier. headed out. They're able to make Sidibe give it up. Can Peterson clear it? Yes, yes he can. And that's going to stay in. That's the third time Erie has done a great job not only clearing it, but putting enough English on it that the ball didn't roll out of bounds. We're about 1:10 into 5 minutes of extra time. This has been a white knuckler through, and a good job that time again by Hansel. It'll be a throw for Rochester. And they hadn't turned him loose yet. And you hear the Rochester bench, I don't know if it was the coach or one of the players, yell, add some time. Room on the far side, one-time cross. That one went over everything, but it was kept in. I thought that was going to sail out for a goal kick. Headed out, well done. Erie just looking for a clear, and they sort of get it out to midfield. We're 2 minutes into the 5 minutes of stoppage time. O'Brien coming out, and he's able to grab it. Boy, you love the aggression, as Bill Raftery would say. And he's down. He's hurt again for the third time. So this comes at 2:14 in stoppage time. O'Brien is still down. This will obviously be taken into account, so they'll extend it even more. This looks like it's his left leg he was favoring. It was his right leg previously. And now he'll get up. Commodores looking to hold on for what would be not just their biggest win this year. That's easy. This would be their biggest win in years, considering everything. This is a first-place Rochester team needing a win to improve their playoff chances. Down a man for pretty much the entire second half, but they got a long way to go, and I hope I didn't just jinx them. Middle, a little bit of contact. Oh, and they called it. Oh, a bit of a nickel dimer there, bringing back Bill Raftery, and now a free kick. I thought they got away with that one, but there was contact. So having stopped, at least I did, this is unofficial, I stopped the extra time. We're at 3 minutes, so there should be 2 minutes left. I accounted for when O'Brien was down, and look at this. They're going to bring the keeper. They're emptying the net. You really seldom see this. Auditory is up, so they got a two-man advantage at the moment, and it goes out. It'll be a goal kick. Boy, even in critical moments, you seldom see the keeper all the way up and playing as an offensive player. So we're now at 3.5 minutes into that 5. And again, I stopped my own clock when the keeper O'Brien was down. So there should be about 1.5 minutes left. And that, unfortunately, will go out for a throw. We're about 1 minute left into that 5. 1 or 2 more clears, and Erie should be in the clear, but that's a long way from happening at the moment. And now they're able to do it. And that one, with the keeper auditory up, he fields it. Boy, these seconds are ticking away awfully slowly. That's a handball, and they called it. Yes, they did. Not sure what Sidibe was doing there. I don't know if he meant to. It looked like he did, but I don't know why. He was on the ground. And so a free kick for Erie now. There should be about 30 seconds left. Of course, it's at the leisure of the referees. That's it. They're going to do it. And Erie gets one of their biggest wins that I can recall in recent memory, down a man. Throughout most of the second half, they beat first place Rochester here 1-0, an outstanding victory for the Commodores. They held on, great defense in the second half, and they did exactly what they needed to do. Great defensive performance and a great job by the keeper O'Brien and everyone. And that one goal was Ben Buckley in the first half on a PK. So the Commodores win it 1-0. This has been Jack Quinn. We'll see you on July 5th when Erie takes on Cleveland in the final regular season home game.
Final score, your Erie Commodores 1, Rochester nothing. Once again, fans, if you would like to donate to Emma's Footprints, go online. Today's game has been dedicated to Emma's Footprints, health, hope, and healing after pregnancy and infant loss. The Commodores would like to thank Erie Insurance, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, Northwest Savings Bank, Presque Isle Townsend Casino, Curtsy Food Service, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra, Visit Erie, You Pick 6, and John Russell Brewing Company for their support throughout the season. Once again, fans, the final regular season home match will be Saturday, July 5th. That game will benefit the Robert Irvine Foundation and will be right here at Mercyhurst again Saturday, July 5th at 6 o'clock when the Commodores host Cleveland FC. Enjoy the rest of your week and weekend. So long, everybody.